Good day. I am your host, the Treasure Lord of Southern Tea with a Twist podcast, and I am here to do my weekly self care check in. We are in week 18. Oh my gosh, like the time is flying, but it's moving slow, but it's still moving fast because I've been doing this for 18 weeks. Quite a few more to go. But again, here to do the check in for week 18. Um, Week 18 probably wasn't no different from my other weeks. It consisted of, again, me doing my exercising. I think I got like a 5 mile bike ride in. Um, I did some yoga, some meditation, all of those on different days. I've been trying to get back in a normal routine of doing my daily devotions, but I have been devoting, being my devotions, doing my nightly prayers. I'm still keeping up with my hair. You see these curls? It's popping. Yes. Um. Uh. So, like I said, my hair routine is probably like my biggest self care motivation going on right now at this point. I did get me a hot, relaxing bath in uh, earlier this week. So I was really excited about that because it had been a while. I have been completing my self care planner. And so some of the self care activities that I had for this week was to journal daily. For the mental, for my physical was wash day, yoga, and exercise. Spiritual morning and daily devotions and nightly prayer. And then for emotional, not to respond with my emotions. That's still an area that I'm working on. Uh, I'm aware of it, so I can put an action plan in play to get myself where I need to be. But the first part of any assessment is acknowledging that there's something that needs to be worked on. And that's what this is, an acknowledgement. Some goals that I had for this week was to edit and release episode 5 of my podcast, and it's out there. So if you haven't, go check it out. I am sitting down with Miss Alexis D. Um, you probably see a picture of her on my social media. We actually met last year at a healing retreat, and we've been connected and in contact ever since. She became a new mom earlier this year, so you get to listen and hear her story and her journey. Another goal was to drink a minimum of 4 bottles of water a day. I did not complete 4, but I did get at least 2 in. So I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm a lot further than where I used to be. Because I told my husband at one point I felt like not drinking enough water would be the death of me. And because of that thought and me saying that, I've definitely tried to be more consistent with drinking more water. So even though I'm not meeting my goal, I am doing better. So I am going to pat myself on the back for that. I had my spa day that was on my goal list, and the one other thing was to show more affection towards my family. I'm not a very affectionate person. Um, Although I tell my kids I love them before we go to bed, when we leave each other, when we hang up the phone. But as far as being like a huggy mommy and a kissy mommy, and I'm not that. It just doesn't come naturally. But I do know that's something that I need to do more of. And please forgive me for the way that I sound. Like I am like really congested right now. Like all of this swole. But that's a whole nother story, a different day. So one of the things that I want to that's a part of my self-care planner is there's with the weekly check-in, there's always like a prompt for you to journal about or write about. So for week 18, the prompt was, how have you been your authentic self this week? And write about it. And so I know as a Black woman, especially if you're in a corporate setting, it can be difficult, maybe even uncomfortable, or not even acceptable to show up as your authentic self. When I read this question, when it said your authentic self, I processed it as showing up who you are. Um, what to me that means is being natural in your natural hair setting, um, without the lashes. There's nothing wrong with none of these things, but when it said your authentic self, showing up how you are without the extra. The weave is extra, the lashes is extra, the full face makeup glam, that is extra, the artificial acrylic nails, that's extra. To be authentic is having be your natural self. So that is how I process that question. And it wasn't much to write about because my hair is natural. I haven't had weave or braids in over 4 weeks. Um, I popped my acrylic nails off probably about 2 weeks ago, but I do have a nail appointment coming up soon, so I'll be back to those. Um, I don't really wear makeup. I think I've had my face done a total of 3 times, maybe. Um, so wearing makeup is not a everyday or a weekly thing for me. The most you will get out of makeup is probably some eyeliner. I might try to draw some eyebrows on just to fill them in because my eyebrows are a little thin. And maybe like some lip balm, lipstick. That's about it. So that, to me, that's my authentic self. So I ask you, how have you showed up as your authentic self this week? And I would like to hear about it. So that is my week 18. We're jumping into week 19, so hopefully that looks a little different. It actually will, because there's been some things going on. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me throughout this journey. I want to hear about your journey. I want to hear about your self-care. I want to know, what does that look like for you? What does it feel like? What are you doing to make time? What things are you putting aside? Like, I want to hear from you guys. But until I do, I will catch you on the next one. Until next time, beautiful people.